Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and the king, welcome back to the channel. Before this video starts, need to talk about something, need to address something. Recently, there was a DMCA that was filed on my end on another content creator's video. That video has now been reinstated, but there has been a lot of miscommunication, a lot of false information that has been spreading around, and I have created a community post talking about every single point that every single one of you guys has made. Everything that you need to know is there about the DMCA, about being a fog whisperer, about, talking to the devs and giving them suggestions on things, calling them out when things aren't correct. Everything is on that post, and it will also be in the pinned comment on this video. I won't spend the entire episode talking about it because it doesn't need that much attention, but if for those of you guys that are interested and curious, everything is there, and we'll talk about the Halloween event more on after. Moving on. We do have some more important information to talk about. The reason why you guys clicked on this video, starting on October 24th at 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time to November 11th, 11 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you guys log on into DBD, you'll be getting yourself some rewards. Not only will you be getting yourself blood points, but you'll also be getting yourself shards, which is pretty damn cool. So obviously, from feedback from the community, the devs had seen that, maybe their cosmetics were a little bit too difficult to obtain, and since you cannot use your serum and, harvest the plants to get serum to unlock these cosmetics, it's a little unfair and doesn't really feel like a Halloween event. So what they've gone ahead and done is, from now until November 4th, well, tomorrow I should say, not only will you be getting blood points, but you'll be getting shards. In total, you'll be getting 10,000 shards, and you guys might be saying, well, these outfits are still pretty high price at 21,000. Well, guess what? They have also lowered the cost on most of the cosmetics, or pretty sure all of them, that were available for shards and are now 9,000 shards during the event period. Essentially what this means is that if you log in every single day from now until the end, you will get your hands on one of these cosmetics for absolutely free. So that's pretty awesome. And if you guys have shards that is saved up for 9,000 shards, you'll be able to get those as well. You just have to put some hours on into the game, and I'm sure you guys probably already have some shards available, so that is pretty good. So this is pretty good news for the people that want to get their hands on cosmetics and weren't able to get it or didn't want to pay for it. It does suck for the people that did use their shards or did use money in order to buy this when they could have, waited until here. But obviously, with the community voicing their opinions, we got this change, and it shows everyone the power of what the community can do when things are translated to the devs in a proper manner. So I also want to address something else before we move on to the next segment that, intertwines with the Halloween event and everything that's happened the past couple of days. A lot of people were basically trying to call out their fog whispers, including myself and a lot of my friends, saying that we don't criticize the developers enough for when things like this happen, which is very, very, very far from the truth, and a lot of people are just misinformed and don't know what they're talking about. So let me elaborate on what I mean by this. When things like this happen and the community is not happy with it, as fog whispers, we are the direct bridge between the people and the community and the fog whispers, translating what is being said in the community to them. And once this is happening and we see people are upset about this event, and of course, as I said myself on my stream and many other times, this event is pretty lackluster, that is communicated straight to the developers. Now, because people don't see us publicly doing this or publicly making videos, they automatically assume that we don't say anything. And because for someone like me and some of my fellow content creators having a positive attitude towards things, which, by the way, we've had before we were fog whisperers, we're automatically considered sellouts. And it sucks because just having a positive attitude towards the game and then receiving hate comments because of that is pretty upsetting when behind the scenes you're trying so hard to give the community what they want. Now, obviously, when you make these videos, you're trying to get the attention of the developers, but it doesn't really make much sense to make a video trying to get the attention of the developers when I can simply message one of the developers and share the opinions of the community. So I wanted to clear the air about that. I've been many times on record criticizing the developers for what they've done, giving them constructive criticism the way it's meant to be, and not hateful comments and acting like I'm the boss, knowing what the best shots of behavior are, saying to fire people, hire people, do this, do that. I look at things both ways. I weigh whichever side makes more sense, and then I move on with my own thoughts intertwined with what the community thinks and push it forward. And because of this, and because, you know, you guys are voicing your opinions to these fog whispers and to everybody and the devs, they can now see, and they've made adjustments where you guys can get these cosmetics for a discounted price, as well as for free if you are logging in every single day. So that is the 2 cents that I want to share about that. TLDR, just because we don't make things publicly and we have a positive demeanor does not mean we don't criticize the devs. If you guys watch my streams and come up to my streams, you would see only the other day, before any of this was happening, I was saying how Phasmophobia is going to be a huge game and has a lot of potential, and it could potentially give the devs enough of a boost and concern that they need to start fixing out some of these bigger things in the game. They have been doing a pretty decent job so far, giving us changes to gen rushing, changes to perks, graphical updates, and character reworks. And of course, there is more to do, like changing keys and mores and things like that, which we have, again, voiced our opinions in private, and I have indeed made videos on it. So we just have to wait and see for that. Again, if you guys pay attention to me on Discord, on Twitch, I do criticize the devs. I tell them how it is and everything like that in private. Just because I don't make a video publicly does not mean that I always agree with them. Moving on forward, enough with that little tangent, that little rant. It was just something I had to get off my chest. The Lunar event is now in the coding for Dead by Daylight. Shout out to LeaksDBD for this. Basically, in the coding, it says Lunar 2021 as the event ID, and it has its main end time and post end time and start time, which says 2020-10-20. So obviously, we're going to have to wait to see what happens with that. That is something that, again, take a grain with salt. It's not confirmed. Maybe it's a placeholder. Maybe it's just there to be there, similar to the Leatherface cosmetics that we've seen and then were erased. So maybe that means we might be getting a Lunar event coming on in towards the future, and maybe that also means we're not. It could mean that we could get a winter event or a winter solstice as we had in the past, or we could get both. We don't actually know what's going to happen, but what most people are saying is that because of this, we are going to have the winter event skipped, so we'll have to wait and see whatever the devs decide to do. If we do get a Lunar event, last year we did have some Lunar cosmetics, and we did have a mini event as well, so that would be quite interesting. We also got the Blood Hunt that's coming up, which is, again, direct feedback from you guys sharing with the devs on how they should make this event a little bit better. But that is pretty much all the news that I got for you guys today. I hope you guys did enjoy. As always, I'm the King, and to my ground, you guys. We'll see you.